You know what I'm also going to do for you? I'm going to rent a moving truck for you that you can use for a full year, whenever you want, one time. Go to IKEA, get a couch. Maybe your kid's in bands and you need to bring all the instruments over or something like that. You have 1 year to use this moving truck. It doesn't cost me much, maybe $100, muscle not included. Just a little something extra I want to give to you guys. So what you're doing is you're building trust, you're building value, right? And I assume it's legal here as long as it's on the closing statement, just like everywhere else, where you can give $1,000 back at closing. You cannot give your buyer any rebate of your commission.
The only we do our Homes for Heroes, and that's where we are able to do our gift back. But unless we're working with a veteran,
Really, in Florida, Nevada, North Carolina, it's not.
Pretty sure it's same for Minnesota.
They're even stricter in Kansas than Missouri. Missouri, you can.
So even if it's family, you can't give any part of your commission back. Okay, well that saves you guys money in terms of value proposition. In Florida, you got places that are just giving 2/3 of their commissions back. So just change that, right? You're still a free educational real estate resource. You're here to provide knowledge and value. I'm going to show you.
You can still rent the van. And you can do
Still do all that other stuff. Perfect.
Yes.
Set yourself apart. If everyone's zigging, how are you going to zag? You guys, listen, a lot of the stuff that works for me might not work for you. Something that might work for you might not work for me or might not work here. But I can assure you that with even just a little sprinkle to any of these techniques, you're going to have big success.
Well, they can negotiate like a deal with a moving company. Hey, with my clients that I refer you, they get X off.
That's actually a really good idea too. Hey, I'm going to give you $2,000 credit if you're, again, legal wise. You always want to do it the right way. We always want to stay within the lines. But
just have that provider, that referral partner set up for that.
If that works, that's genius. Does anyone here, would anyone like a copy of my open house video of how we do an open house?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll get everyone's email and I'll have my assistant send it out to you. It's part of my video program. It's about a 13-minute video, and it's really what I do. For example, I don't do sign-in sheets. I don't do flyers. I don't do food. I'm not a catering company. I don't bring in mimosas. All of those things.
Everything I did last time.
I'm not saying it doesn't work for you. Remember, I'm also, up until recent, been a lifelong bachelor aside from being when I was married. So, I'm a dude. So, we don't think like that, right? That's why I feel women are actually better realtors, to be quite honest with you, in so many ways. But the things that I teach for real estate is less is more. And in my video, that's what I do.
Awesome.
And so I'll send that over to all.
Sometimes I just forget everything and I just show up and then I get clients. That's what happened on Schweitzer. People are like, I didn't even know it was open today. I just seen the sign and I came on in. I'm like, perfect. I'm
with the right message, exactly. You always pick up that business. That's awesome. So open houses, guys. So number one is time blocking, right? We need to know when can we do our open house. We need to know when can we do our marketing for our open house, meaning going there on Thursday or Friday and doing our social media videos. Yeah, it's a whole nother class. Doing these videos of what to do and how to do it and how to promote it on social, so it also makes it look like, and it really is, but it shows your clients, if they're following you, which they should, that you're pushing their stuff the right way, right? It just gives you more value. So part of that time blocking and scheduling is where's my whole time to prepare for my one spoke, which is an open house. And what is my goal setting with my accountability? How many a month, how many a week, how many are going to get me closer to my goal, making $120,000, selling $400,000. I don't know
Yes, right there. We're talking all over the place.
Yeah.
Right, that's pretty close.
Okay, good price. Okay. So
Missouri runs about $50K behind Kansas. So you can still buy some really good 3.2s for $250 in a good school district.
For now.
For now, but then
y'all better be getting your
certainly.
Yeah, they better be. That is really good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information.
In Kansas, it would be 3 to 3.
That's in Missouri.
Yeah, and in Kansas too, but Missouri more like that.
All right, so let's go to number 3, guys. And number 3 is Number 3 is a very special one because it's something that came into our life at 14 years into this business, and I wish I had this long ago. And it started by training one of our realtors, Karen, who is a transplant divorcee from New York. She's about 65. She was working at Universal Hotel, and she got a real estate license. And says, Leo, I want to move to the coast to New Smyrna Beach, which is like 45 minutes out of Orlando. So we cover the coast. And I want to build a business out there for real estate and, help me do it. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's what I do. And so we're at a lunch with one of our other agents, Jenny, and out of this lunch was born number 3, which is our most important scope. There's 4 that we're getting to, but it's our most important one because this is something that is now in addition to open houses. You'll see the open house video, you'll take some of the stuff you learned today about open houses, and then when you incorporate this next piece to that, you're going to see it's very powerful, but it's something that can be used on an airplane, which it has, locked in a landowner. It can be used in a police chase at 107 miles an hour. It happened, and I locked in a police officer. I was doing a ride-along, and if you've never done a ride-along, do it and get in with police officers. It's phenomenal. It's a great way to get business as well. This is something that can happen in a bar. It can happen anywhere. We call it Homeowner University. And when you're using it for just farming and circle prospecting, now you're doing it with purpose. It's not cold calling anymore. We are now prospecting with purpose, right? I'm going to explain to you what is Homeowner University and how can you use it in different ways. First of all, do you guys use any, we're franchised here, right? So do we have access to Listing Concierge and Moxie?
And then Prospect Square, we just have, we're recruiting out of Lawrence, and we just brought in somebody who might be developing a new office for us out there.
Great.
And she is exploring Prospect Square. And most of us, we used a different platform. We use Moxie.
Yep.
And so we haven't converted all of our leads.
Everything is, all the technology is ridiculous. There's so much, it's too much almost, but it's really, really good. And then our title company provides this with us, and if you guys don't have anything like this, I'm sure she could plug you in. But for this farming prospecting, we don't, it's not just finding a neighborhood that you want to prospect in. I mean, that's cool, right? Especially if you live in one. But what if you're able to find the homes in that neighborhood that have a 40% chance or greater of selling in the next 2 years, right? What if you had something, a program like that? And you guys might already have that, right? But if you don't, and you see farm A that you want to be working in that has 400 homes, why are you just going to go hit all 400 homes? First of all, why would you hit the homes that sold in the last year or two? Because one, they're probably not selling, and two, let's respect the realtor that sold them that home. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they stay in touch with them. Something which I'm horrible at. I try to do a good job. I'm more of I feel like, well, they'll watch me on my social media. That's my mindset. It's probably not always the right mindset. I should do a better job of touching my past clients. I know that if I can do better somewhere, that's where I can do better. So especially if you're newer, don't forget that. Always keep in great contact with them. So we're not going to worry about the first year or two. But so we have technology that says out of that 400, that 100 of them are going to be the ones that will be more likely to sell in 2 years. Now let's attack that 100. Now out of that 100, if we know that 30 of them are not homesteaded, we know that they are what?
Rentals.
That's right, rentals. Which means now we have 2 more pools of people. Instead of 30, we have 60. We have 30 renters to go after to get with Mike to talk about being the home buyer, right? Because we want to use our in-house partners. But then the next 30 are going to be the people that own those homes as investors and say, this is why you must buy another one. If you're too scared to buy another one, then you must do what?
Sell.
Must sell. Exactly. So then now you've got 60 prospects there on top of another 70. And now you can do that to 2 or 3 more neighborhoods and get still a good list of 500. Now that you know what your farm is, now you're going to put your prospecting into your time blocking. Back to number 1. Where are you going to time block and what are you going to do in that time block? How are you going to set a goal? How many meetings do you want out of it? If you're going to do 2 days a week at 90 minutes each, let's say your goal is to pick out 2 meetings from each one a week, total of 4. That's your goal, right? How are you going to hit them in those time blocks? What are you going to hit them with? What are you going to say? This is where Homeowner University comes in. Listen to these words. Ready? It's an innovative, approachable communication technique resulting in prospect engagement. That's what we're going for. A lot of the stuff that we do is about semantics. It's about psychology as well. Okay? Innovative, approachable, we can approach, communication technique that results in prospect engagement. We want this person that we don't know to talk to us. We want to get that wall down, get them to trust us, provide some value, and we do it without solicitation. And here's what Homeowner University is. Homeowner University is a complimentary video Zoom, 30 minutes on your schedule, where we bring in industry experts. I bring in my lender, I bring in my title, I bring in my insurance, maybe my inspector, and we're going to talk about the real estate market as it pertains to you individually. There's no gift shop at the end of the ride, there's no timeshare presentation, there's no solicitation. I'm here for community outreach and provide value because I know that what's in the news is not real, and I want you to have proper information. And the only thing I'm going to ask for is permission to keep in touch with you. Almost every single person says yes to this. So I've created for our group a 2-community 90-day farm followed by a 6-month letter writing campaign for those that didn't say F off or F yes. The rest of them now get an innovative 6-month letter writing campaign. But my program, or the way that we set it up, is it teaches you different steps, whether it's a call, whether it's a door knock, whether it's a text, social media, how to hit these people and what to say. So I've created some flyers, which you guys could just take a look of what I created. And our team, our group of realtors, they all have the same template with their info on here. And so this is something where when I'm at an open house, and I'm asking the questions, are you renting in the area? Oh, you live? Oh, you own. You want to sell in 3 years and downsize when your kids go to college? Okay, cool. But you're looking now just to see. I totally get it. You are a perfect candidate for something we call Homeowner University. Let's have a 30-minute Zoom. I'm going to bring in industry professionals. We're going to talk about the real estate market as pertains to you. I just want to give you that knowledge and that info. That's all. And what you're doing here, guys, is you ever hear the book The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell? I'm not a book guy. I'm never going to push a book. I hate when people push books on me, but if there's any book you should read, it's The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. And what that book says is there are 3 things. There is the connector, there is the maven, which is a Yiddish word for an expert, okay? And then there's the closer. And you can only be, sorry, I'm just checking to see if my daughter texted me. You can only be 2, she has it, all right. You can only be 2 of those 3. Connector, maven, and closer. And you as a realtor in this situation, you're not going to be the maven because you're bringing the experts in. You're going to bring Mike in to tell these people why they should be buying now and what the steps are that they need to take. This is a perfect situation that you can be doing as a class in front of the school system, or doing in front of MCC, or everyone else that you have here. We've been crushing this with churches. We've been crushing this with financial institutions. I'm doing 2 this week with 2 different credit unions, one of which is Disney's credit union. We have 70 buyers already signed up to come. And what we're doing is the way we do it is it's not a class, right? It's kind of a mixer with maybe 20-minute forum, back to the mixer, and the key is we want people to do what?
Learn and engage.
And we want to advance the story. Those weren't the words I was looking for, but we want them to set up another appointment. We want them to set up an appointment directly with Mike to say, I want to do a mortgage questionnaire, right? Not a loan application, a mortgage questionnaire, which you say how to say it, semantics. If you can say things different, they say, we zag, right? Mortgage questionnaire, no big deal. We're going to go see where your buying power is, see where the health is, And then we'll know, okay, where do you stand to buy now or later, and let's set up a success plan, whether it's now or 2 years from now. You know? So, so what we teach is for agents to, in their goal setting, to set aside time blocking in their schedule to, 1, set up their open houses, 2, do the marketing for their open houses, 3, get their open houses on schedule. Just want to throw the schedule. And 4, we want to get them to be putting in their time blocking for for farming and circle prospecting with a purpose. That means going after business versus business come to you. How does business come to you? What is your name?
Bridget.
Bridget, hi. I'm late. I met everybody else. So. How does business come to you?
Either brokerage leads or most of mine nowadays are just people I know. And
Your sphere of
I have
influence.
a big sphere. I have a lot of different small jobs, engagements. So most of my business comes from that.
That's great.
But not enough.
We got to get you away from that. You should never be building your business with your SOI. If anything, you should go with your SOI is SOI. And I have another module, video module on that one too. But you need to know how to go fish, how to go hunt versus it coming to you. That's the difference between good and great in this business. And this is a very rewarding business, guys. You can make it literally as much money as you want. Your location for this office is absolutely stunningly amazing. The opportunity that you have through the businesses that are surrounded this building, holy crap. Now, our office is on a street called Park Avenue in the heart of Winter Park, which is the most expensive part of Central Florida, like stupid money. A lot of people from the Northeast. I never in my office, and I never even prospect on Park Avenue because it's just not worth my time because I'm not that guy. I'm a jeans, I'm a truck guy, and I want to help people guy, right? The $10 million homes, they'll yell at you, right? So sold $100,000 ones, but the 3 to 800, those are the people that you want because with volume, right, you're gonna make a lot of money. We're here to help people. And if you say, or you believe that you are here to help people first, that's when the real estate gods will shine down on you. And that's where, the real estate, don't laugh, the real estate gods are a real thing, girl.
Yeah.
They are. I've got another module on those too.
It's like a hidden streak in baseball.
What's
It's
that?
like a hidden streak in baseball.
Yeah. So, anyway, so that's Homeowner University. And we have a video on that, and it's another class that I teach. If I ever come back and you guys want me, I can dive deep into that of really the techniques of how to do it. But just use it as when you're, especially if you think that you're going to do open houses regularly. Let's say you're going to do 4 a month, and you're going to do it for 3 months, for a quarter. You're making a goal to yourself. You're going to do 12. And out of these 12, you should really be picking up 12 pieces of business minimum. But let's say you don't. Let's call it 3. Cool. On an average home, that's still 10 grand commission, guys. That's $30,000 you just made right there, right? Those are still really good numbers. So it's going to take you a while, so you can't quit on yourself because you got to learn your techniques. You got to learn how to read people. You got to learn how to have confidence. You know how hard it is getting no's and no's and no's. These people don't know you, so it doesn't matter. Who cares? Pretend, be an actor, right? All right.
So is Homeowner University like your program, or is that a Cobalt Banker?
No, it's my program.
Okay.
Yeah. But I let people use it. Anyone who wants to take the ball and run with it, go with it. Right? Just send me referrals for Las Vegas, Orlando, and Charlotte, where I work in them. All right. So number 4, okay? And this one's, I'm going to want some audience participation on this one. And this is social media and Instagram success. I also have another module on this one as well on social media, more so Facebook, what to do and not to do. 2 totally different things, but no matter what you do, you should be genuine in who you are, speak up for the things you believe, no matter what they are, in my opinion, and you're going to get a loyal fan base, and that's what you want. So, Instagram. It's a cost-free way of growing your base and your referral network from your feeder markets. This is a totally separate class, by the way. Clip notes. There are clip notes on the next slide that I do want you guys to see. So first of all, is everyone on Instagram? Yes. Okay, everyone get your phone out. We're all gonna, you've seen this bit before, I'm sure, but this is how we're all gonna grow our Instagram. Okay. Hold on. Take a picture at the class of all of us at some point. I'm gonna take one right now. You guys will leave the office. Come over here. Is everyone out here? Get in. Everyone get in. Who's not in? Alright, where did everyone in? Where is she? Okay, you guys come in.
You guys see me.
Yeah, more. Oh,
Here, you get in front of me.
Alright, 1, 2. Boom. Alright, now everyone else take a picture at some point. Okay? And let me show you something. Is everyone in here using Instagram enough or regularly? Who's not posting in here?
I don't post anything on social media. Like
Are you on TikTok? You're younger. So
I mean, I'm on it, but I'm not a fan of posting on social media.
okay. Alright, well, maybe we could change that if we make you a lot of money.
I mean, I probably get 20 to 30 transactions a year that I close off of social media, but I don't. I get tagged in all the groups.
So imagine if you actually were proactive about it.
Yeah, I know. That's
Do you not like money?
No, I mean, I like it. I haven't gone.
Are you allergic to it?
No, not allergic.
So then why are you not doing it?
It's just not in my normal mix of stuff.
Alright, well, you gotta get out of your comfort zone if you want to.
No, for sure. Like, that's something I know that I'm bad at.
I don't like talking to strangers in strange cities, but apparently you do it.
Yeah, no, for sure, right? But that's what. Yeah, no, but I totally agree with you. Like, we're sitting here.
Alright, ready? Here we go. These are some notes here to seriously consider. But everyone, please get a picture and you're posting. You know, like you're just trust me on this, please.
Yeah.
Get a picture, and we're all going to post in a moment together. I'm going to show you what to do. But before we do that, here's what I want you to consider. If you add 20 realtor accounts a day from your feeder markets, that's over 5,000 a year. First of all, where are your feeder markets? Where are people moving from to Kansas City? Chicago? Where are they coming from?
California, Arizona,
Really?
Texas.
Texas,
Why? Jobs?
So
Or are they just like the cold?
water.
Water.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
We get the new Panasonic plant that's doing all the car batteries and like DeSoto, so people they create a whole bunch of $100,000 new tech jobs. And then Facebook just bought an additional 600 acres next to the 300 acres up north from North Kansas City to
Bringing them out.
bring more jobs. To
Okay, so that's amazing. So, ready? 20 realtor accounts a day. You know how easy it is to add on Instagram, right? Click, click, click.
Oh, we gotta add them. We gotta add people.
You gotta have people. You gotta follow them, and they'll follow you back. 20 a day from your feeder markets. That's 5,000 a year. Now, let's say 1% of that number sends you business. How many is 1% of 5,000? 50. Now, let's say that 50, let's cut it in half to 25. Let's just cut it again, let's call it 10. Right? Again, average price 400,000, 2.5% commission. That's a 10. I just made you guys $100,000 each year. I just made you $100,000 by going click, 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 and posting regularly. So imagine if you were now time blocking every day to say, here's when I'm adding my 20 people, and you get it out of the way, let the alarm go off. You took 45 minutes to do your social media, alarm goes off, you're allowed to go outside, walk the dog, smoke a cigarette, which I don't agree with, but that's what you do it, have fun. Do whatever you need to do. My point is you can celebrate. It's a win. Every day you should have a win.
Do you like WordPress or any of the companies that do that for you, or do you like as far as posting on your social media?
No, God no. Do everything yourself and genuinely.
Okay.
I'm one of the most busiest people you know, and I always post everything myself. The worst is actually if in the Instagram class I teach an Instagram class as well. Maybe next time I could do that one. But what your page should look like versus it should, because too many people have too much generic stuff. People want to see who you are as a person, right? What are you doing with your life? right? Not showing off, but being genuine. You go to Royals games, cool. Show me you're having a hot dog and a beer at a Royals game. You know?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, my Facebook page looks like MLS, right? Because I have tons of old friends. Like, I see every new house that's the same thing. Right? And then a lot of them a lot of agents use the same company that does their advertising on Facebook. So I'll see the same agents posting the same thing on the same day, right?
Yeah,
and so I totally agree with what you're saying, because I'm like, oh boy, I just saw it from Jan, now I'm going to see it from Becky and Susan, right? Like
Yeah.
Same thing, the same day, like they use the same company. And
Alright, so
I like their genuine part. That's really genuine. Meredith does a great job of that. Like, they did an awesome thing where Bridget did ballet in a house. Like, I've never seen that before, right? Like, and it was
So let's go to Instagram on your phone. Okay? So I want everyone to see this. If you're not sure how to do a correct post, then just come here and look at this. I'll stand over here so you can. So you want to go to story, not your wall. Your wall is reserved for big achievements or important things that you want to live there, right? This right here doesn't need to be on your story.
This is
on your wall.
7, right?
This is on your story. So go add a story. Okay. You're gonna add. Give me some accounts. Is there an office account here?
What was my account, Jim? Up Life Real Estate. Yeah. Up Life Real Estate.
Up Life Real Estate.
Yes.
Okay. Boom. Done. All right. Gonna do a location. Always do your location. Is this called the Combine KC?
Yep. Well, it's called Wonder Lofts.
Okay. The Combine is the restaurant.
Yes, Wonder Lofts.
Okay. So the Wonder Shops and Flats.
Yes.
Okay. And then I do my regular hashtags, which you guys, this is easy. You just copy and paste, put them in your notes. Does anyone have regular hashtags that you use? How many do you use?
Probably like 10 to 15.
Awesome. So you have the simple ones: realtor, realtor life, real estate, right? Awesome, great job.
What does that do? I don't.
So hashtags are a way for people to search what you're looking for, or if there's something in common, or if you're looking for cheetah paintings, you could probably just go hashtag cheetah painting, and it'll show you every cheetah painting. So if you go hashtag realtor, everything realtor will pop up. So I do realtor, real estate, realtor life. I do the gold rush just because that's our thing, and I move it down to the bottom. And okay, and then usually I do a comment of some sort. So today's would be, had a blast teaching in KC, hashtag KC, right? Boom. And so that's my post, and this is what it will look like. And if you do this regularly, right? Your audience sees what you do. And that's what we're doing here. Is you're trying to build content for your audience, right? But you need to look at your main page. How many followers do you have? How many are you following? You want to be 10,000 plus if you can get there, right? But you don't need to be 50,000. You don't need to have 1 million followers. And that's the difference. Is we're teaching and talking about how can we, the everyday realtor, still make almost $500,000 a year and just put out good content to your base, right? We're not trying to be Ryan Serhant here. You can't sell $30 million properties all the time. I'm on a reality show and I don't sell $30 million properties. So that's my post. And when and if you guys decide to do that, tag me in it, Goldberg the Realtor, and then I'll at Goldberg the Realtor.
At
My last name Goldberg the Realtor, and I'll go ahead and add it and follow back, etc. Give you a follow. And here are just some examples of classes that I've done of realtors who had no presence whatsoever on Instagram and didn't know what a regular post should look like, put it together. And so the thing that you should know about with Instagram is you guys have to post, you have to share, and you have to interact, right? Even if it's 4 words, like, hey, congrats on your closing. You have to move the needle. You can't be stagnant. Don't just be a viewer, Be a creator at the same time. Post, share, interact, be genuine, be purposeful in what you post, build an audience, but be true to yourself.
Do you think it's better to have like a personal account?
No.
Okay, I have a separate.
Don't do separate, put it all together.
Oh, shit.
I know. It doesn't matter. You are who you are. Unless there's some pictures you got, that maybe shouldn't be on there. I get it, But either way, the business ones don't get any traction, right? Unless you're feeding the machine and paying. And I don't pay for a darn thing when it comes to Instagram or Facebook. I know how to organically do it. And it's very simple. Time block, goal set, do it, add 20 a day, put a post a day. I mean, guys, I shoot stuff and post it after. Like, I shot a bunch of stuff for Kansas City I haven't posted yet that I'll post. I mean, I was with Tom Brady and Grant Cardone on Thursday taking pictures and hanging out with them. I haven't even posted them. I should, but I'm not a clout chaser. And I like to show my real estate side or volleyball or whatever. I might post that stuff, probably not. But I got like cool images of KC that I'll probably post and etc. And tag the right places, etc. So the most important thing, guys, for us is showing up and following up, right? You came, you showed up. Take the information that you learned today and follow up, meaning do something, put it into practice. Because it will absolutely help your business. Because I've got 45 agents right now who are most of them are absolutely crushing it. The ones who aren't putting all the time that they should into it. What you put in, what you get out. Yeah. And so when you show up, you follow up, and then what happens?
You make money.
You level up, exactly. Show up, follow up, level up, and keep chopping that wood, guys. Because there's so much money to make in this business. But if you don't know what to do, and you don't know how to do it, then you're going to have a problem. So, that's the Gold Rush, guys. I appreciate you for having me. If you have any questions, it should normally be on a nice big screen.
That's good.
And I'll send out to you guys, if everyone gets me a card, I'll send out or you can just send over the emails. And even if you want it for your whole brokerage, if you want to send it out, we'll do that.
I'd like to make a copy of it too.
Yeah,
Essentially, I'm not on that side of the fence, and so I need to see.
You should be doing a ton of open houses. And we'll also give away an entry into the training program as well. So we'll pick a random winner. That's just my gift to you guys.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Here, so. And maybe next time I come, we'll get more people here.
That'd be great.
We'll see how awesome the class is. Unless it was worthless. I have low self-esteem and really, I'm just kidding.
What do you guys use? I've never even asked you this.
Yeah, any questions you have for me?
What CRMs do you guys use? Because on the front end, I use Salesforce, right? And I have my loan software, which is Encompass. On all the transactions that I do, I use Terraform, when brands me and